Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of the Happy Hustle show. So, I wasn't about last week because last week was my 5-day challenge where I had more than 500 incredible creative women who all came together. Hi, I think that's Gillian. Gillian, can you see you're posting as me? But that's okay. I know who you are. But we were trying to work it out. We've worked out. Yeah, so more than 500 incredible women who all had such a journey, sounds cliched, but it was just absolutely incredible every time. So that's the 4th time I've run one of those free 5-day challenges to find your perfect side hustle idea. And every time I'm just so super grateful for the type of women that are attracted to the challenge, because the connections that you can form with people online in a week is incredible. I'm watching those social connections come together, not just between myself and lovely Gillian and the participants in the challenge, but with each other as well. It's just, I don't know, I always feel like crying on the last night of the challenge, because it just becomes habit. You very quickly develop a habit of hanging out with these people every night in the week. And it comes to Friday and it just feels like, oh, I just want to do this all the time. Yeah. So there's another challenge coming up at the beginning of September, the very, very end of August, beginning of September. So if you haven't been through the Find Your Perfect Side Hustle Idea Challenge and you fancy it, you're very welcome to join. The people that did go through this time, some of them have moved into my mastermind program, which I am so grateful for, because I can spend time in there and we can hang out together regularly, because that's a paid program as opposed to a free program. And the people that join are massive action takers, which is just so exciting. I cannot tell you how much I cannot wait to work to add these women in to the already incredible women that are in there. Hi, Debbie. Oh, Debbie, I've missed hanging about with you. Lovely Debbie was on the challenge last week as well. It was just, I don't know how to describe it. I've been sort of exhausted all weekend because it was so full on. So the biggest challenge that Gillian and I have had before this one was 200 odd people. So to have 500 people in the group is full on, because between us, we want to make sure that we respond to all the questions and we give everybody the information that they need, and everybody gets like a really positive, like I'm gonna say life-changing, right? And that sounds very dramatic, and it wasn't life-changing for everybody. Like, I get it, but a few people have messaged me to say like it was for them. That's why we do it. Like, that is why we do it, because regardless of whether people come into the mastermind or not, if you're a massive action taker and you're going to go out and do something with that side hustle idea, spend more time in joy and send ripples of joy out into the world. It just makes me so happy. So anyway, that's why there was no Happy Hustle show last week, because I was hanging about with my challenges every night last week. So for those of you that, this is only episode 5, but for those of you that have been following me, normally the Happy Hustle show is on a Monday and a Thursday. There might be one on Thursday, but I'm not sure, because the very, very exciting event that's happening on Thursday is I am getting my hair cut and coloured. Don't look too close. So how we do it in our street is that we have a lovely hairdresser who's become a friend of ours, who comes and she cuts and colors my hair and two of my neighbours' hair and my neighbour's daughter's hair, and then she quite often cuts her son's hair. So, and she does this all together, and we use it as a bit of a social event. So she can, as soon as we got the date that hair could be cut in Scotland, which is on Wednesday, I was immediately on to her going, right, when can you book us in? So she was able to book us in on Thursday afternoon. Hi, Claire. And I don't have any meetings on Thursday afternoon. And a couple of my friends, my other friends, like, have taken a half day from work. So we're going to do it in my neighbour's garden under the gazebo so that we can really clearly socially distance. Oh, hi, Margaret Ann. And so, but it's going to be so nice to actually be in the same space, like not in the same space, in the same, I don't know, see people physically. So we've kept up virtually, but we haven't seen each other physically for ages. Oh, hi, Tracy. Hi, Claire. Yay to hairdressers. Yeah. So the reason I'm telling you that there might not be a show next Thursday night is that it generally takes us about 3 or 4 hours to do the whole hair thing, because one of us gets the highlights on and then the other one gets the color on, and then we wash it off, and then we get cut in order. Anyway, it's a bit of a social event. But if it does happen to be nice on Thursday, I'm thinking we might stay in the garden and celebrate with maybe a little glass of wine, because it would be within the law in Scotland, you can now have, it's quite complex to follow, but you can now have up to 15 people outside from 5 different families. Can you have that from now, or can you have that from Wednesday? Anyway, it's definitely okay by Thursday. I think it's okay by now. So it would only be 3 different families getting together outside. So that's definitely okay. But we just have not done that yet. So what I don't want to do is commit and say there will definitely be a Happy Hustle show next Thursday night for me to then have a glass of wine and not deliver. But there will definitely be a happiness masterclass here on Wednesday night. And I've put the link in, if you're watching this on Facebook. If you're watching it on YouTube, I will add the link in afterwards. If you're watching this on Facebook, there's a link to register for the happiness masterclass. I'm running that on Wednesday night at about 7 o'clock. You know me, I'll try and run it at 7. It might be slightly earlier, slightly later. Yeah, the 5 things I do for happiness. I practiced it today in lovely Gillian's group, and I think it went fine. Yay to hairdressers, Claire. Yours wants doing to get rid of lots of dead ends. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I've had a bit of a, I don't think I updated you, actually. I think it was the last challenge people I told. I had a total disaster with my hair. So my hairdresser is brilliant. So this is no reflection on my hairdresser, but I'm really impatient. And also, like a lot of you, I'm very crafty and practical. And I'm like, I think I could probably just like fix my own hair. But instead of just going for like a dye, I said to my hairdresser, I think I'll just give myself highlights. And to be fair, she was like, no, I don't think you can do that. I'm like, listen, drop down the highlight stuff, put it on the step, and then Zoom me, and I'll get my husband to do it. It'll be fine. And my other neighbour did that as well. Her husband, she just had like an all-over dye, which is altogether easier to manage. Anyway, it all looked like it was going fine. And my hairdresser was like, she was totally stressed. She kept saying, please don't do this. I'm like, listen, it's fine. If it doesn't work, it won't matter. And it didn't work. But it was user error, nothing to do with my hairdresser. I think what happened was, I think we were supposed to leave it on for like 40 minutes or something, but I think it probably took my husband about like an hour to put it on, so we ended up leaving it on far too long. And when I took the foils out of my hair, it was an absolute disaster. It was, I won't show you a picture. It was just like white and almost, oh, it was awful. Anyway, I had to go up to like the local shop and get myself a very quick box dye, because I had a I think I had like a Zoom training session the next morning. Like, I can't, you couldn't even wear a hat. Like, I couldn't have got away with it. So anyway, now I'm getting quite proficient at dyeing my own hair with a box dye, but I know that's, hairdressers aren't big fans of that. So I cannot wait to just get my hairdresser back to do it properly. And even though I'm dyeing it regularly, because I sit under this light, because it has to be light, and you're looking at yourself when you're talking, like, you're not normally looking at yourself, are you, in the real world? All I can see are my roots. So yay to hairdressers. Debbie, you're completely jealous. Like, I've seen people in England, I don't know where you are, Debbie, I can't remember. I've seen people in England like getting appointments for the end of August and stuff, because hairdressers are so booked up. So it's really exciting. I can get it done next Thursday. Claire, you've registered. Yours reaches down to your bum. Like, yeah, like, it is actually ridiculous. You can't even see the end of my hair in this video. It is ridiculous how long my hair is. And I did sort of want to grow my hair. So in a way, I'm sort of happy that it's longer. But yeah, when my hairdresser sees the ends of it, I'll probably just have to, I don't know. Anyway, long story. Wales, yeah. So I think you're the same as us, aren't you, Debbie? So yes, so a long story about why there may or may not be a Happy Hustle show on Thursday, but there definitely will be masterclass on Wednesday. And you should come, because it'll be your last chance to see my hair in the lockdown look, because when you see me after Thursday, it should be sleek and highlighted again. But let's see. Tracy, I got fed up and got a short back in size. Do you know, that was so tempting. I also really fancied when it had gone like really terribly badly, and I'm standing in the shop looking at all the hair dyes going, actually, do you know, I'm not going to be going anywhere for months. I've always quite fancied having like really outrageous hair. So I'm looking at going, I don't know what would happen if I just dyed it purple or something. But because it had gone so badly bleached white, I was worried that I would dye it purple and then it would never come out again. So this is probably close to my natural color, but it's a bit sparkly these days. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about the best compliment ever. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, lots of people that were hanging about with me last week. It's so nice to see you all again. Compliments. So most of you on here have probably already heard me talking about compliments. I am such a big fan. There is never a time where I get a compliment and it just washes over me. Like, they feed my soul. They feed everybody's soul. And I've had some really incredible compliments off the back of the challenge. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Lorna. Off the back of the challenge last week. And I just want you to know that if anyone has taken the time to leave me a review or email me or whatever, it's just absolutely made my day, made my weekend. Just so lovely. But there's one in particular, there's one comment in particular. Oh, hi, Joanne, you're back. There was one in particular that just absolutely stopped me in my tracks. So it's from someone who isn't on here, or she isn't on here. She hasn't commented yet. And she did literally just email me about 5 minutes before I came online. And I did email her to go, I'm just about to talk about you. I'm not sure she's got it, so maybe she'll see it and catch up. So for the people that were in my challenge last week, and I know that's not everybody that's on live, I ended up, there was tears and everything, but I ended up talking about somebody that was massively inspirational in my life, which is a good friend of mine now, who's called Jennifer Main. And Jennifer is Jennifer is more than this now. She's much more sort of holistic, but Jennifer started off as a theta healing teacher. So she used to have a website called Theta Healing Edinburgh. She's transitioned into a website. Her website has transitioned into, I think it's jennifermain.com, I assume, or .co.uk. You can just Google it. Anyway, I won't go into the story again because I know quite a few of you heard the story last week, but suffice to say that there's been a few people in my life that have been just, do you know, people that are just life changing? Like, absolutely, you go, if our paths hadn't crossed, my life would have just been completely different. And Jennifer Main is one of those people for me, and it's why my side hustle is named Theta Jewelry, because of a Theta course that Jen ran. And a bit of a long story as to how it all worked out, which I won't go into here, because there would be tears again. But Jen is she's just one of these amazing human beings that you get an energy boost the second you're in the room with her. The second she even emails you, like, she's smiling, that, yeah, she's just one of these incredible individuals. Anyway, I've been lucky enough to have a few of these in my life, but Jennifer is one that I was talking about last week. And last night I got an email from somebody that was in the challenge, and she was just telling me the impact that the 5 days had had on her, which is, like, I don't ever take anything like that for granted. Every time somebody shares with me that something that I've done has had an impact on them, I just so incredibly grateful. But the wording of this email just totally blew me away. So she said some really, really lovely things, but she finished it off with, "Thank you for being my Jennifer Main." And honestly, that's putting hairs up on the back of my neck when I say that, because it's nearly like someone saying, again, I feel so dramatic these days, but it's like someone saying, "Thanks for being my Oprah," or "Thanks for being my Marie Forleo," or, one of these like really incredible aspirational women. And for somebody to say to me that they felt that I'm having an impact on them in the same way as Jen had on me, has just, I mean, I literally don't even know what to say about it. I'm so, so grateful. And as you know, I am in the fortunate position where I get feedback regularly in my day job, because I'm a training consultant and I have to hand out evaluation forms to people all the time, and they have to say what they think of me, and they have to hand it back to me or email it back to me. But that just took me by surprise. So the point of telling you that is, if you have something like that in your head about somebody else, you need to tell them. You need to take the time to send an email, to make a phone call to somebody, to, in normal times, meet up with them and just tell them the impact they've had on your life. I was talking to my husband about this not so long ago, and he was talking about somebody like way back at the beginning of his career who had taken a bit of a chance on him and had really, really kick-started his career and where his career is now. And he was just telling me about how grateful he felt, and how, like, he doesn't think he would be where he was today had that not happened. And we were talking about it, and then I said, does he know that? Like, you think he knows that? And he was like, probably not. Like, he probably did that for everybody. It probably, like, you have to go and tell him. You have to go and tell him. So he contacted him, and they went and they played a game of golf, and he told him the impact it had in his life. And, like, it's just such a beautiful thing to do. It's such a beautiful gift to give to somebody else. But to be honest, if I wasn't all over this, and if I wasn't thinking about this constantly, my husband and I would probably have had that conversation and gone, "Isn't that amazing that guy had such an impact on you?" And I might not have, or together we might not have gone, "We should tell him. We should tell him that," because this is somebody that he hasn't seen for 20 years. Like, this isn't like a friend that he'll see next week and he could mention to. So my challenge to you today is, look at your life around you now, look at your life in the past and go, anybody I'm super grateful for, someone who has literally changed your life in whatever way, whether it's been intentional or not, in a positive way. And have you ever told them? And could you go today and send them an email, send them a text, make a phone call, and just tell them? Because no matter how often you get feedback, and as I say, I'm privileged to get feedback regularly in my day job, that blew me out of the water. Like, just, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't put into words how much that meant to me. So imagine the impact that you can have on somebody else by simply sharing. So, and I know you've probably heard me talk about positive feedback before, but this is a specific one. This is who has changed your life in a great way, in a positive way. Who do you look back on and go, those were the pivotal moments, and it was the thing that that person did? They need to know it. They need to know it. And by going out and demonstrating to people that it's useful and it's appropriate and how it feels to give that sort of advice, you never know, some might head your way as well. Thank you for tuning in to me today. Come back on Wednesday night. So as I say, about 7ish on this channel, but the link is with this video on Facebook. Register and I will I'll ping you out a wee email just before I go live, and a notification. And I'm going to be talking about my 5 habits. So the 5 things that I do to choose to be happy, because it doesn't happen by accident, but they're lovely things, so it's not a chore. So come back on Wednesday night and we'll talk about that, and last chance to see my lockdown haircut. Right, take care, guys. Thanks so much for coming along. Bye.